Hey, welcome back to McLovin Garage. On today's episode, shocker, I'm buying a new car. Check this out. 1965 Plymouth Fury Wagon. It's got a 318 automatic. It's got the roof rack, the Mopar police wheels with the dog dish hubcaps, one of my favorites. If you remember, my Newport has that. The one that I sold. Tow package. Tow me a trailer. It's a 6-passenger wagon, not the 9-passenger. I just picked it up, thank you Mandy, up in Banks, Oregon, and we're gonna road trip it home. It's about a 2-hour drive home, so we're gonna see how she does on the old well, we're gonna take the back highways. Jerry's here. Thank you, Jerry, for the help. But pretty sweet old car. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was kind of one of those things where you feel like you have to own it. I know it doesn't have an air cleaner. I need to fix that. I've got one, but I didn't have the right size stud to get it on there. It's got new brakes. They went through the fuel system, the brake system, got it running and driving. Look at this. Hasn't been registered since 1973. What a neat car, right? Love the patina. Love the look at that steering wheel, the translucent blue. Interior's pretty clean. Got a rip in the driver's seat. That's life. Back seat's immaculate. Doesn't look like it's ever sat in. Doesn't have any rear seat belts in it, so maybe it never did get sat in, hardly. But there it is. What do you think? All right, so we're gonna hit the road and see if we can make it home from Banks, Oregon. Hope you can hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button. Appreciate you being here. Let's get on the road. So I came up here earlier this week, drove all the way up here after work and came to check this car out. Mandy is super cool, the person that owned it before me. It hasn't even been registered, like I said, since '73. Her boyfriend and her got it running, went through the fuel system, and went through the brakes and got it roadworthy. They've been driving it around, and they've got too many cars and needed to get rid of it, and threw it up on Facebook Marketplace. I saw it the same night they posted it, messaged her the next day, came up and looked at it. We made a deal, and super stoked to be bringing it home. And this will be a fun trip home. It's about 2 hours. It's about 86 degrees. We're gonna see how well she drives, make sure everything works. It's kind of a good shakedown cruise for me. She's driven it all over up here in the Portland area. She said she drove it over to Vancouver, Washington, which is a ways away. So we'll see how it does on the couple-hour drive home. So follow along, and it's gonna be a fun little road trip. Making progress. Haven't got too far out, but so far running good. All my vitals look good. I can't tell you the gas gauge. I can't tell you how excited I am that the gas gauge even works. That's kind of something that I always fight when I buy these old cars. The speedometer doesn't work though, but that's okay because I got GPS on my phone. and that'll work. Man, my hair's all over the place. Just got it cut. What do you think? Anyway, we're headed south. We're almost to, I think, Forest Grove, and then from there, the next big town is probably well, there's Yamhill, which is not a big town, and then McMinnville, and then we'll be on kind of the 99 stretch home. So we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. It drives really smooth. Just a sweet old car. Just one of those cars, you comes along and it's just a gem. Just runs good, stays cool, it's hot out, cruises down the road super nice. Look at all that space for activities back there. Just a beautiful old car. I had been kind of looking for a car to do some autocross with, so like a smaller Valiant or maybe another Duster. I know I had a couple of those. Or maybe even something Chevy powered, like a Malibu, like a 70s Malibu or something like that. I came across this and I just had to have it. And what's cool is that I knew the owner previous to me. I've met Mandy before, not her boyfriend, but I've met Mandy at Mopar Nationals. And so when I got there to look at the car, she knew who I was and was excited that the car was going to go to somebody that was that would take care of it and enjoy it. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And they just did a nice job getting it ready to go, and it cruises great. We're almost back to McMinnville, and probably have another hour or so of driving. So we made it about 45 minutes so far. But just super cool to buy it from somebody you know that wants it to go to a good home. Man, look at that headliner even. Yeah, this thing's rad. So couldn't be happier to own it. Looking forward to tinkering on it. The speedometer doesn't work, so I've got the GPS on my phone. But even the original clock in the dash works. The AM radio works. I'll show all that to you when we get home. I'll walk back around it in a little more detail. But just a neat car, guys. Alright, so I stopped at a Napa real quick. See the sign over there? So because that air cleaner, it didn't have an air cleaner when I got it, so I had to I found a wing nut, and then I was noticing that somebody had done a nice job on that vacuum port there with some tape. And so, funny enough, I brought some with me. Don't ask me why, I just happened to have them in the car. And so I think I'm going to try to block that off with an actual cap so that maybe we don't have a leak there. So I think this one's probably the right one. So let's see if that actually fixes it. I noticed this.
Yeah, he plugged it. It just needs a rubber cap.
Which I've got one. Funny enough, I brought one with me. Is that the right one or too big?
It'll work, but if you
I
got
have a smaller one. Yeah, I got a smaller one. Let's see.
Does that wing not work or no?
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I just happened to see that when I was there. There's a little baby one. Is that one gonna work?
Yeah, it'll work better.
Yep.
It'll be a tighter fit.
Yep. Oh, baby.
Oh, I like them tight.
That'll work. That'll work. See any other vacuum leaks? I see the chokes unhooked there.
It's undone too.
I got to fix that. Yep. But overall, it drives okay.
Yeah, it goes straight down the road.
Yeah,
It's nice.
yep.
It doesn't float. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, and that's funny that you're seeing smoke. I just I just can't see it.
It's a stop sign in your
No.
rearview mirror. It's just sitting up there billowing out.
Oh, really?
And
I wonder.
It's rings because when you slow down, it's nice and clean until you give it gas again, then all kinds of.
Yeah, it
blue
starts.
smoke
All right.
comes out.
Well, maybe she's a little tired, huh?
Yeah.
A little tired, but
We can fix that.
let's see if you got that air cleaner. I'll just throw this on while we're.
Where's it at? My car?
I think it's in your trunk. Yeah. I did, but there it is. Check this out. All 210 horsepower of that 318. I bet it's not even making that.
The interesting thing is that air filter's just a little
Just
thick,
a bit
but that's
tall.
okay.
Yeah. It'll seal against the bottom of the. Should we flip the lid?
Oh, yeah.
Then it really won't fit.
I won't even do it.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, we got to push on her. Oh, look at us.
How sweet
Fixed.
is that?
Fixed.
Like new. Oh,
There we go.
dude, but you know what?
What's wrong?
Should we spin it so you can read?
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Come
cap's
on,
facing
Daddy.
the wrong way. What the?
Gotta be right.
Whose idea was this?
What was the price on that? Do you know?
I don't know. I'll have to.
I'll have to go check.
There we
you
go.
go.
Yeah, we gotta do it
Styling
right.
now. Hell yeah!
Jeez
When
Louise.
people pop the hood, you want to know.
Oh yeah, they gotta know how much horsepower this baby's breathing.
What is the horsepower on this thing?
No freaking idea. Alright, I got updates. Even the dang cigarette lighter works. Check this out. Phone is charging. How cool is that? So when we stopped at the Napa, Jerry was telling me that she's got a little bit of smoke coming from her. This engine's probably just a little bit tired. It seems to run okay when we put the air cleaner on and put that new vacuum plug on. The idle was just a little bit low, so I stopped and got some fuel and we turned the idle up a little bit. That definitely helped with drivability. It was just a little bit low at idle when it was in gear, so it made it kind of sit and shudder. Now it's a lot better, and we're just cruising. We're probably now about 35, 40 minutes from home, and just going great. Gauges look good. Did I tell you the fuel gauge works? That's incredible. I don't know that I've had many, like I said, many old cars that actually works. There's nothing better than cruising an old car. This thing is awesome. Holy moly, except for the brakes. They're okay, but they're not, this is a big heavy car. Well, let's see if we can get around here. I think we're gonna go around. There we go. Definitely smoking a bit. I don't know if you can see it back there, but there's some definite blow by. Jerry's taking some taking some for the team back there. I hope he's got his vents closed. So, but it runs pretty good for being tired. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll get back at you in a bit. We're about 20 minutes from home. Car's still running good. No major issues. And yeah, just enjoying a sunny Saturday cruise. Man, my hair's all over the place with the windows open. Check out these windows. They've got cranks on the bottom there to open them. You don't have to do it by hand. You know, this is a Cadillac of Plymouths after all. Still looking good. I can't ever speed if the speedometer doesn't work, right? Look at these. AM radio works. Can you believe that? Plymouth Trans Audio, whatever that means. So rad. So rad. Thanks again to Mandy and her boyfriend for selling it to me. I look forward to continuing to tinker on it and make it better and drive the wheels off of it as I have time. Jerry's still behind us, keeping an eye on me, making sure I'm doing all right. Look at the interior in this thing. Just incredible. Yeah, buddy. I love the steering wheel. All right, the heat's not so bad when you're moving, but when you're sitting at a red light, it's hot. It's like, well, I shouldn't complain. It's like just under 90, but I am warm. Oh, there we go. Finally get a little air moving. The car thinks it's hot too. I can see my temp gauge climbing a little bit. It hasn't gotten over like half or less, so that's been okay. But we are probably 5 minutes from home, so the old girl has made it. And like I said, once I get to the house, I will. I'm going to take some more video, a little bit more detailed walk around of the car. I want to look through the glove box and see what's in there. There's actually some really cool stuff up here in the sun visors, and so I want to show that to you. And just show you around this awesome car, give you a little bit better tour of the interior. I'm really impressed with this thing, super stoked to own it, and I can't wait to start making some more improvements on it as we go along. So, like I said, I'm about, well, probably more like 3 or 4 minutes away from home now, and looking forward to getting out of the heat. I'm going to try to park in the shade so we can look it over, and we'll go from there. So thanks for following along. Like I said earlier in the video though, if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see here. Not so much me, but the cars. I know I'm not the prettiest thing out there, but no, in all seriousness, if you like the cars and the content, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be awesome. So let me get this baby home and we'll check her out. Just glides over those railroad tracks. Dang. Way smoother than the lowered Suburban. All right, guys, we did it. It's home. It was about a 2-hour drive in about 85 or so degree heat. Man, it ran good. Oh, here's one of the things I need to fix on it. The brake lights are sticking on, so I gotta fix that little issue. Let's get that turned off real quick so it doesn't drain our battery. If I just pull up on the pedal, usually that should kill it. Let's see. Yep, there we go. It's off. Check this thing out. Man, it's a cool car. It drives really nice. Love this. Vanessa at 5 Point Parts. Those are her decals if you're looking for them. Love the dog dishes and steelies that I was telling Mandy, the girl I bought it from, that really makes the car for me. Love those Dodge. Those are actually the Dodge Fratzog logo, but it looks good on this car even though it's a Plymouth. Check this out. Love that V8 logo. If it was a 383 or 440, I believe it would say Commando next to the V8. Grill's in good shape. Does have one ding right there. Look at this. I know I showed it to you before. It was bought at Roberson Motors in Salem, Oregon, which is just up the road from me. Last tagged, it looks like in 73. It's 73 on both ends. The title that I have is the original title. It was, it's never been titled to anyone else, so it's a one owner. Technically, you know, by title, it's a one owner car, which is incredible. It's had a little touch-up work here. You can see somebody was trying to, looks like it had a little ding there. Somebody was trying to protect it and got it on the trim. But it's a Fury 3, so that's the top of the line. They had one Fury 1, 2, and 3, and then I think there was a VIP. I don't even know if they had that in this year yet. The spare tire sits in here, inside this. That's why you see this this bump. That's where the spare tire is. The back window is electric, and it does roll down. It does work. So the tailgate opens. Look at this. It's got the tow hitch. It's still got the Fury 3 badge on the back. It's got the roof rack, which I believe was an option back then. I don't know if they came on everything, but it's got the factory roof rack on it. Isn't that crazy? So cool. Then if we look at the inside, look at the door panel. A little bit of tear on that driver, you know, that driver one, because that's the one that gets used the most. Then you've got your gauges. I love the steering wheel. Look at this bubble wrap stuff on the sun visors. That's like old school. Mandy told me it was on the seats too, but it was falling apart, so they took it off. But it had essentially those plastic seat covers. This is for that rear window. Down. All right, here's the driver's side rear. Door panel, good shape. This back seat, there's one small rip there. But man, look at that. So cool. That's nice and clean. Is the dome light on? Nope, no dome light on. Let's go back here to the back, since we're here. It's on spring, so it doesn't just slam down. And then it's got this, they all came with this panel that goes in between the two. So you've got this flat load floor. And check this out. This pops up. And you've got all this extra storage underneath of there. And actually, I believe, that one, I don't know if it's got the lock in it. They normally lock. This is actually pretty clean. It needs another cap there. But overall, and then this is where the spare tire is at. It's down inside that well. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I think it must have had a lock in it, and maybe somebody took it out because they couldn't get to it. But there's the back. Open this door. I mean, just beautiful. Super clean. Let's just pop the seat. It's right here. Show it to you. Oh, do I gotta do both sides? Maybe it doesn't go around. I thought it did. I don't know. Something I'll have to look at here. See if it'll pop this side. No. That side's open. Maybe this side relatched. Whoops. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, so that goes down and it locks into place with that one. Look at the room in there. Look at that. Holy moly. It's got the full Monty. You could sleep in there. throw an air mattress and a sleeping bag down. You can put all your stuff under the floor so it's not in your way. Cooler and gear, put it all back there. Heck, you could put a small camp trailer behind it, and you could sleep sleep one or two in there and sleep the rest in the oh, look, that's falling out. I need to work on that. Let's pop this up. Put that back. I need to put some seat belts on the back seat. It doesn't have any. Well, let's look at the front here. This door's in good shape. You can see look at that wing window. How cool is that? We'll close that for now. All right, pop the hood now. See what we got under here. Love the Plymouth emblem. All right, there's a little 318. It does seem just a touch tired. When I fired it up after it was warm, it was blowing a little smoke. That's okay though. No big deal. Did get the air cleaner on it, which is great. Got a good, nice radiator in it. Radiator looks pretty clean. It stayed cool. Well, only a couple times it got up to like middle of the gauge, and then as soon as I kind of got off it, it would cool right back down. I think it needs a new battery. This one's just a little, it's huge, but it's just a little soft. You can see it's got a single pop master cylinder. That's something I'd really like to change and put a dual, so it's got brakes for the front and for the rear as far as the chambers, so if one goes out, you're not completely without brakes. But seep a little oil there. Overall though, pretty clean little ride. I don't know much about this engine. So this car technically should have had they call it a poly 318, so it's kind of a big block 318. It's much wider than this one. The LA 318, which is what's in here right now, didn't come out until 67. So this engine has been replaced, and it is the newer style 67 and up. I'll have to look at see if I can find the numbers on it and figure out what it is. Looks like somebody put a tranny cooler on here. Don't know when that got put on there, but that's definitely for the transmission, so that's awesome. Let's look in the glove box and see what we find. All right, well, we got the owner's manual. 2 new tires, Delta, $74.35. What does this say? Changed oil June 29th, 1970. New type of oil and filter October 10th, 1970. Changed oil and greased. Changed oil and filter 1971 at 13,643 miles. New tires at Coastal, that's at 19,000 miles. Oil and clean, spark plugs. Changed oil, clean spark plugs June 24th, 1971. I wonder if there's more documentation in here. Oh, look at that. 2,500 mile or 2 month for checkup. Which comes first? Oil, Pennzoil 30 or comparable. These are all the oil changes, guys, from 65 up to 71 is the last. Oh, you know what? Added stuff to transmission. They drove this a lot because it must have rolled over in set. Man, they put a lot of miles on this car. Look at this, because it started out in 65. There's 50,000 miles in 67. There's 97,000 in 1970. 97,000. Then they rolled over to the front, and that must be the odometer rolled over, and so they put a bunch of miles on this. This was their daily driver, it looks like. Yep, look at that. More maintenance. Holy moly. 1 pot can of stop leak in the trans back in September of 71. So she was starting to feel her age back then, which is why it's probably got the new engine, but it was parked in 73. So somebody put a new engine in it and transmission, the newer version. Oh, what do we got here? Wow. So anyway, bunch of cool info. This one is also cool. I'll show it to you in a second. So this car was bought in at Roberson Motors. This is the Certicard that comes with these cars back in the day when you bought them. The original owner lived in Amity, which is not far from where I'm at. It shows the trim and the body. How cool is that? So it's got the factory, I've got the factory Certicard and owner's manual. There's some other stuff in here I'll have to go through later. I won't bore you with it, but yeah, very cool. A lot of neat things. Man, it looks like all of the, up until recently, all of the, wow, even the glove box light works. It looks like he serviced it well. It's got a ton of service records. So that's super cool. But yeah, all those service records, so that's probably why the engine got changed. He was putting stop leak in the transmission, and I bet that engine was tired after 100 and, well, it looks like 130,000 miles ish is the last time it got serviced. So we'll do some more looking around, but let me know in the comments what you think of the car. I think it's pretty freaking sweet. It's incredibly clean. I believe it's been parked since 73. That's what the documents are showing. Somebody replaced the motor and transmission, and it's got some more life left in it. So we'll see what we can do. What would you do with this car if it was yours? Let me know. What would you do with it? It's super cool. What does it need? What would you do? I'll be honest with you, I love the way it is now. I think my biggest goal is just going to be to continue to clean it and make it like a functional, reliable driver. Man, I can't believe this isn't all rusted out. Usually that's just disgusting and screwed up. There's some wiring. We'll have to look at that. See what, it's got a lot. I bet that's for trailer brakes. I bet that's trailer brake wiring. That would be my guess. But yeah, let me know what kind of stuff you would do with it. And I'm going to work on making it as reliable as I can, and put some miles on it, see what it needs. Maybe at some point it'll need an engine if it's kind of tired. We'll see if we can't. Oh, I'm trying to roll up this side window here. It's a little stiff. Yeah. But maybe we'll have to put a motor in it, and then do we put something bigger in it, or do we leave it with a 318? I don't know. I got a 318 that we could put in it. That certainly would be on the list, so maybe we do that. I don't know. But let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys let me try that again. Appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope you like my 1965 Plymouth Fury III station wagon. Take care, everybody. See you next time.